Hey, welcome to the Maria Liberati Show, where food meets art, travel, and life. And today, my special guest, he's become a regular guest, great friend of mine, and such a talented chef. And I just want to mention real quickly February 9th, which is coming up soon, is National Pizza Day. So, what better reason to have my friend Chef Rocco, who is with Rocco's Dough in Florida, to come out and talk to us about. I think this is probably our favorite food in America, right, Rocco? Pizza.
Oh my God, Maria, yes, yes, you can't go wrong. And thank you for having me on your show again. It's
Oh,
an
you're
honor.
welcome. Thanks for being here. So, Rocco, when I first had you on, when I first met you, you told me such a great story, an interesting story about how you got into making. And Rocco his specialty is the real deal pizza, which is the Neapolitan pizza. If you've never tasted Neapolitan pizza, you've never tasted pizza. So, Rocco has an interesting backstory to how he got into making the Neapolitan pizza. So, Rocco, share some of that with us. I just thought that was so fascinating.
Oh no, most welcome. Thank you, Maria. Yes, I've been very fortunate to stumble upon my pizza experience. It started in April of 2020, right in
Oh,
the heart of the pandemic, and I stumbled upon it online. I met, I would say, about 10 pizza makers, pizzaiolos, professional pizza makers from Italy, surprisingly online, because obviously during that time we really can't leave the house with the pandemic.
yeah.
And I just kind of watched them. I was kind of hypnotized by it, seeing how they make the dough, how they make the pizza, and discovering the origins of Neapolitan pizza, where it originated in Naples, Italy. So I tried a few recipes at home, and it turned out really well. I'm originally a New Yorker. I love New York style pizza, but when I discovered Neapolitan, it opened up a whole new set of doors for me, and I just kept going from there. I started making pizzas from my home oven, and then a few friends asked me to make pizzas for them, my family, and just sure enough, as time passed by, after more testing, I started my own company, and I just fell in love with the whole process. I
Oh,
actually fell in love so much. I went to school, took some classes, was certified as a pizzaiolo, and there's so much I'm still learning every day. I'm always a student of the craft, and I never call myself a master. I'm always a student, and I create my own recipe, and I just try to fine tune my magic every day with it. And it just makes me happy to make it. It's my passion now, and I love it. And I couldn't see do anything else.
that's great. It's so wonderful when, somebody finds their passion and they're able to make it work as like their life's work because you enjoy doing your work. So tell us, I know you were going to tell us some interesting tip or interesting things, facts about pizza, right? And I'm sure you probably know a lot.
Absolutely. Well, happy National Upcoming Pizza Day
Yes.
coming up this week. And
Yes.
here's a really fun fact. Surprisingly, the most consumed population for pizza, you will
Uh-huh.
not believe what country, Norway, Sweden.
Are
They
you
hold the
kidding?
record of consuming the most amount of pizza per month, over 5 kilos of pizza.
Oh
And
my
that was
goodness.
compared to New Yorkers in Chicago and everywhere in the States. But Norway, Sweden, right now is the leader of eating many pizzas
Oh my
per month.
goodness.
You know
Wow,
that?
that
That
is
is
really interesting. I did not know that. I would have, if you just asked me to answer that, I would have said, well, New York or Chicago, but wow, Norway and Sweden. Who would have thought that? Yes. Oh my gosh.
absolutely, and surprisingly, what's rising now
Uh-huh.
for pizza makers out of Portland, Oregon, is on
Yes.
the map, and they're really starting to burst out into the scene more and more this year and last year to start.
Uh-huh.
So obviously, the top leaders are Chicago, New York, you got New Haven, you got all these great areas for pizza in the
Right.
United States. And
Right.
now I'm seeing Portland, Oregon come about, and I want to go visit there and try their pizza.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
So that's what.
So do you know what kind of a style they have? Because I know, Chicago's deep dish and New York has their own kind of style. What type of a style do they have? Or
Yeah, no, that's a great question. So, obviously New York is their own New York style. Then you
right?
have Chicago with deep dish. Portland, Oregon is actually specialized in Neapolitan, just like me. And that's
Ah,
what intrigued me the most. I want to see how they do it. If
Yeah.
they really go into the grassroots from Naples, which they probably are. Because one thing you discover, you meet another Neapolitan pizza maker, pizzaiolo, they tend to go with the rules. There's actually specific rules catered to that specific type of pizza. And you follow the rules and you make it to perfection. It's just amazing. So
Right.
I'm looking forward to visiting there and trying it at the few restaurants.
Yeah, so people should know too, like to really call a pizza a Neapolitan pizza, there are certain things that you have to follow if it really is a Neapolitan pizza. So tell us what the ingredients are for a real Neapolitan pizza.
Absolutely. It starts with the dough. It's a certain hydration, around 60%, and that 60% water to flour ratio. Makes
Uh,
the pizza kind of soft and a little bit crunchy. You have to actually make it 12 inches in diameter, or even sometimes 13 inches. The base of the pizza has to be thin with a little puffy crust. And then you move on to the sauce. It's a specific type of sauce from San Marzano, the type of tomato sauce. You can actually get it from the volcanic areas of Naples. You will have to get the authentic tomato to make it go by their rules. And obviously, fresh mozzarella, the freshest mozzarella you can either make by hands or distributor, and a little optional Parmesan or Pecorino cheese on top, and definitely basil garnish and extra virgin olive oil. This olive oil is extra virgin from the homeland of Sicily, and you put all those ingredients well balanced together, not too heavy, really
uh-huh.
light. Pizza's delicious. That's
Yes,
Neapolitan.
and I think if anyone has not tasted a real Neapolitan pizza, it's not the typical American pizza that makes you feel, "Oh my gosh, that you've eaten a brick." It is actually light. It's lighter because it's the dough is lighter. Everything is just a light. There's a lighter feel to it when you eat it, and you don't get that weighted down feeling when you eat something at a typical American type of pizzeria. So the real deal is the
Absolutely.
Neapolitan. So Rocco, tell me, I know there are some people that put is it anchovies or sardines on? Is that a thing? The Neapolitans do that too, right?
Pretty much if you request a specific topping, but the good thing you talked about that. There's one topic you cannot put on a pizza. You know what that is?
What?
I'll give you a guess. It's a fruit. It's a pineapple.
Pineapple. Oh
So
my goodness. Yes, that's terrible.
if one of my teachers found out I put pineapple on a pizza, they would decertify me.
I'm
So I have to.
sure.
But there's a lot of people in Miami. They love sauce and pineapple,
Oh,
and
do they really?
surprisingly, it's some palates they love it.
It might
So
I would think it might have a Spanish kind of influence if there's,
possible.
that type of food there, but yeah, I just don't understand. I understand I don't think I ever saw it when I was in Italy, but I understand there are some places that do sell for specifically Americans the pizza with the pineapple on it, but there really aren't a whole lot of places that do that because obviously it's not
Correct.
it's not the real deal. But yes, all those typical ingredients are the real deal if you want,
Correct.
a Neapolitan pizza. So the last time you were on, before we go, the last time you were on, I know we did a couple of things. I actually did some things in my kitchen with you. You gave us some tips on how to make a pizza at home kind of tastes like something that is, restaurant or chef quality. So, can you share some of those tips with us for anybody that wants to try and make a really, really good pizza at home?
Absolutely, absolutely, Maria. So it starts with the recipe. Four
Uh,
basic ingredients: flour, salt, yeast, and water.
right?
And our recipes are on your website and also on my page.
Yeah.
Well balanced. Once you make the dough and you ferment it at least 24 hours before you want to make pizza,
Hmm.
then you're ready to make it. So the home oven usually typically goes to a high temperature of 550 degrees Fahrenheit. You want to keep the oven at the max temperature. Now,
Hmm.
to make an ideal Neapolitan, invest in like a stone, kind of like a oven stone, or
Right.
like a cast iron pan.
Uh-huh.
Preheat that with the oven for about an hour,
Uh-huh.
and then you begin on stretching the dough, and just add the sauce.
Uh-huh.
Put that in the oven first. Let it cook for about 7 minutes till the crust starts to rise. You see a little color in the crust. Then you take it out, and then you add your fresh mozzarella and other toppings you like.
Hmm.
Put it back in the oven, let it cook until you see the mozzarella start to bubble, and your
Uh-huh.
pizza's ready. What this does, it allows the dough to cook twice and create that browning effect that you want to make a nice crusty, crispy pizza as well. And using a temperature that low in an oven, you want to cook it twice so you get that almost similar feeling as a restaurant.
Oh, wow, that's great. Yes, so everybody, you don't put cheese and you don't just throw everything on top and stick it in the oven. You do the sauce first, cook it, then take it out, put the cheese on, then put it back in again. And sounds really, really good. Oh, oh, there we go. So I
Oh,
lost
I
you.
got a little bit. No problem.
That's okay. But anyway, that's great, Rocco. So tell us just a little. I know, where can people find you? You were telling us that you were telling me rather that you are now doing these street markets in Miami. So if anybody's out in Florida, right?
Correct. And what's a really good niche out here, you have these small, quaint villages that have these little pop-up street markets, and
Uh-huh.
it has like a little tent. I kind of call it a pizza pavilion. And we set up my oven, wood fire, and I have a calendar where they can find me.
Oh,
It's
great.
called
Okay.
streetfoodfinder.com/Rocco's Dough,
Okay.
or on Instagram at Rocco's Dough, ROCCOSDOU.
You're mainly based in Florida, right?
Correct,
Rocco?
Miami, Florida.
If people are out in Florida, you got to do, with all the touristy things, you got to also try pizza from Rocco's Dough. Especially,
Absolutely.
it's you don't even need to take a trip to Italy to get the Neapolitan pizza. Get it from Rocco's Dough. Rocco, thank you so much, and I'll put that link for the Street Finder event listing
Yes,
on my
yeah,
website, the
street,
Maria Liberati Show
great.
.com. I'll put it up there so people can look for that if they're going to be out there in Miami. Thanks so much for all your tips, and I'm sure we'll have you back again. Who knows? Maybe we'll make a pizza again live like we did soon. All right, Rocker. Thanks so much for being here. Thanks for listening to the Maria Liberati Show. And thanks as always to my producer, Britton Roselle, and this week's special guest, Rocco of Rocco's Dough. Thanks for sharing all those wonderful tips and some facts about pizza with us, Rocco. And again, happy National Pizza Day to everyone out there. And if you create a pizza using some of Rocco's tips, please take a picture, share it on social media, hashtag it the Maria Liberati Show, and we'll include it on the website, themarialiberatishow.com. And I do want to give a special thanks to everyone, again, my producer and all my guests and my listening audience out there. Thank you. Without you, we could have never done this. We have reached 250,000 views on YouTube as of this month, and the audience is growing and growing and growing. So remember, you can watch a video of the podcast on YouTube. The channel is called The Maria Liberati Show. So if you'd like to see videos, just look us up on YouTube. And as always, you can find me at marialiberati.com, on Facebook at Chef Maria Liberati, on Instagram at Maria Liberati, on Twitter, or X as it's now called, at Maria Liberati, on Vimeo at Maria Liberati, on my Roku channel, The Basic Art of Italian Cooking by Maria Liberati. And let's see, you can find my Gourmand World Award-winning book series, The Basic Art of Italian Cooking, at artoflivingprimamedia.com, or on Amazon, on Kindle, or really anywhere books are sold. If your bookstore does not have the books, just ask them to carry the books, and they can order it. And if you have any questions or suggestions for any upcoming episodes, just write us at info@marialiberati.com. And until next time, happy National Pizza Day, and peace, love, and pasta.